All right, so this is what we're aiming for. Doing a volcano. There's a lot of other experiments that come with it, but we're doing the volcano first.
So let's see. Step 1. Using a clean beaker. This is the beaker. Add 2 scoops of sodium bicarb from the blue bottle. So this one's the blue. These are teeny tiny little scoopers. It's so cute. Luna wants to join. She wants to do our science experiment.
You know, they did have dogs back in the caveman days, and we also read about cavemen today, Dr. Maggie.
Cavemen? What about them?
Yes. I can go get you the book, actually.
So then this says 1 scoop of the red, which is citric acid. So sodium bicarb is basic and citric acid is acidic.
What's the difference between basic and acidic?
Well, on a molecular level, it has to do with hydrogen atoms and what they're doing. But the pH scale in general is from 0 to 14, and if something is basic, it would be closer to 14, and if it's acidic, it's closer to 7, or closer to 0, and then if it's neutral, perfectly in between acid and base, it would be a 7. But typically, if you mix something that's basic with something that's acidic, you'll get a pretty cool reaction. Squeeze a... Oh, step 2. 2 drops of red color. This is your favorite step, huh?
Mm-hmm.
One, 2.
And if you get too much, they said, it's a problem.
I was careful. We only did 2. Step 3. Squeeze a pinch of the mixture. It should stick together. But they used sticks.
Yeah, it's mixing together. It's sticking. Your dog is asleep at your feet, so be careful if you move back.
Okay. Step 4. Scoop the mixture into the bomb mold. Press it down gently but firmly until it's firm and wait 3 minutes.
That would be
One of these.
well, one of the small ones. It's impossible to tell because they're not marked.
Well, let's see. There are 4 things, so I do think it's one of these.
Right back.
Okay. So I just want to show you what this looks like up close. So it's kind of sticky enough so that it stays and it doesn't fall out. So it's kind of hanging out. You're supposed to wait 3 minutes. So that's to make a lava bomb.
Okay.
Do you actually know what a lava bomb is?
A bomb made out of lava?
I was just wondering.
I was just using an educated guess. Bombs,
So-
lava, you know.
So we let that dry.
I'm not going anywhere.
And then, so that'll be a bomb. I'm not sure what we do to activate it. It'll go somewhere in our lava island. And then we'll set up the eruption, because that takes 3 minutes to mold, and then we're supposed to let it dry out.
Did you set a timer for it?
I was looking at my clock.
Okay, cool. Talking about lava bombs, I went and got one of my many rocks. I've got some rocks like this that I know I've shown several of you at school. This is one of the same things from the same place out by El Paso. At one point it was lava, but now it has hardened into a rock formation.
And that one's called obsidian.
Obsidian is the stuff that maybe Arthur might remember can be used in surgeries because you can make it so sharp, and it's such a thin razor sharp scale that you can use it for heart surgery even. Well, not you, but a doctor. And yes, I did say Maggie is a doctor, but she's not a heart doctor, just for your information.
So, for the volcanic eruption, we need in our beaker, again, 15 milliliters, and it's labeled so you know how much to put in, of water. Then we are going to put in 8 drops of our lava foam. Do you have scissors?
I do.
Oh, we gotta place our lava bomb. Okay, let's slip it out of the mold.
Hold it from the other side, maybe.
It said it's supposed to slide out. Oh no. Stay together. Put our lava bomb inside one.
It looks like theirs didn't stay completely together either.
I think that one's already foaming up. We're just gonna like crunch it together and crunch it in the bottom of the thing. Okay, it's mostly together. It's close enough.
So you might notice, if you ever saw what I was wearing, that I've changed. I changed into my caveman outfit. Maggie asked about cavemen. Remember, we just read about that earlier today, and today is Monday, whatever day you're watching this. We're filming it on Monday. And in the caveman story that we read, where the time-traveling twins, they went back several million years. Anybody remember? I think it was 2 million.
So I added 8 drops of lava foam. I'm not entirely sure what that is.
I was going to ask, so I'm glad you said that.
It doesn't say. And then 3, we dip the lava, put the lava foam in the crater.
Have we made the lava foam yet?
This is it?
Oh. But it says dip it in the crater? Oh,
No,
okay.
just like pour it in there. Alright. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Am I ready?
Are you?
I don't know.
Do you need the goggles?
Sure.
I have miniature goggles, but I'm going to also not stand very close.
Okay.
That's alright, Luna.
So we have our lava bomb in here.
Luna, stop. There's nobody there. Nope,
There is.
it's the mail
Okay.
carrier.
Okay, here we go.
how big it's gonna get. It's, all right, it just went down one little trail,
So it flowed down.
and now it's filled up completely in the two craters right below it. Looks like it's thinking about going out to the other two craters. I don't think it's gonna make it.
It might. We just give it a
No, it is right here.
Nice.
And there's a little bubble on top.
See how bubbly it is? And it's just oozing down.
Yep, it just went out the other crater.
Oh, and it went into that one too. Okay. And page 6. It's gonna go yellow.
While she's going to page 6, does anybody remember how tall the volcano smoke went? Smoke and ash from Mount St. Helens back in 1980?
Ooh, I know.
How tall did it go?
80,000 kilometers?
Or feet?
Or feet.
One or the other.
Feet. Feet makes a lot more sense. Feet.
And how many people died in that one?
Was it 75?
57.
50? Close.
57. It's terrible. And they didn't die from being caught inside the lava. They died from breathing the smoke. That's why it's important to wear protective equipment, like the masks we've talked about all during coronavirus. It's totally different from a volcano, but it still is toxic particles in the air that you don't want.
Okay, so what I'm doing is actually the original first little red cake. Now we're doing the same thing, except it's going to be a little yellow cake. And we're going to, they're different colors so that you'll be able to see how these explosions, because sometimes there's more than one place where the lava comes out with a volcano.
Oh yeah, I think I remember hearing about that. Sometimes it doesn't come out of the top, it comes out of the sides.
So we have a second crater. I don't see any reason why it has to actually be molded. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I didn't think it was all that important that it be in the shape of a bomb, as they called it. Just that it made it funner to do. Are these colors that we're using the same as food coloring?
They might be, and that's why you're not supposed to add a whole lot.
Oh yeah, it does say food color actually. Right on the bottom.
Add some water. There you go.
So I showed to one of the two cameras, I showed the product that we're using. I'm going to show it to both cameras now. I'm showing it to you specifically because this product is still available, and the one that I bought had a $5 coupon on the inside, so you had to send back in to get the $5 off. But if any of you are trying to talk your parents into it, there's a little bit of fodder to help you out.
So now we're doing the same thing, but it's yellow instead of red. Ooh.
Oh, when the two hit, you could hear it hiss a little bit.
So the colors are mixing. So the red came out first, right? So it's
Yeah.
on bottom. So if we were gonna dig down in the rock, the younger rock would be closer to the surface.
The yellow on top.
Yeah. Has any yellow slipped down to the other side yet?
Nope, not yet. And it looks like it's, might not even make it actually.
We're at 17.
Okay. So I have a fantastic story that is fiction. Remember what fiction means? Is it fake or the real? Fiction means fake. I have a fake, as in fiction, story that is all about a real volcano that erupted. One of the ones that historically we know a lot about ancient Greece and Rome, specifically because of that volcano. All the lava that hardened, it took away some of the stuff that we could have learned from history, but it also preserved the rest of it. So we can read that story sometime soon.
Cool. Still bubbling. See you later, guys.